Homeschool moms, this is going to be a fun video, at least for me, because I'm going to be sharing with you 5 of my favorite homeschool resources for this school year. Now, these are not 5 things that you have to homeschool. Actually, most of these things are not essential at all. If you want to know what my homeschool must-haves are, things that I really absolutely need to homeschool my kids each and every year, I did a blog post on that, and I will link that down in the description box below if you'd like to go check out my must-haves. But these are my favorites, things that when I walk into our school area just make me think, yes, I want to homeschool. I love these resources. So that is what I'm going to share with you today. Now, most of them were a little too big for me to hold up and show you, so I'm going to insert pictures and I think a little video as well as I talk about these favorites of mine. So first up, and I have a list here so I don't forget. I know, how could you forget your favorites, Janelle? I know, but I actually had a hard time narrowing it down to 5 because I actually have a lot of things. So these are the 5 that we're going to stick with for this video. All right, the first one is my wall-mounted file holders. These are my all-time favorite thing this school year because not only do they make my room look pretty and organized and tidy, but they hold my the kids' iPads. I mean, yes, get those things under control. So love them. They came in a set of 3, and so I ordered 2 of them, and one set I am using to put my kids' work that they completed. So as you can see in this picture that I have a file folder in a different color for each of my 4 kids that actually do school that needs to be graded. My K4 doesn't do worksheets that need to be graded, but I have a colored folder for each of them. When they are done with an assignment, they go ahead and put it in their file folder, and at the end of the day I pull all of those out and I go ahead and grade them and put them back in those folders. And then at the beginning of each school day, my kids go ahead and take their folder out. They take out all the graded sheets of paper in there. They look them over, correct anything that needs to be corrected, and put them away in their binders. And then those folders are ready for them to put new schoolwork in. And so it's been a great way for me, my kids, to have a place to put their graded work, and for me to put their completed work put the work that has been graded is what I mean to say. Before, their work that they needed graded was just in a little kind of wire tray on a desk that I had in our old school area, and we don't have that desk here, and I really wanted to keep the flat surfaces open for other things, and so I love that these hang on the wall and are kind of out of the way. The other set that I am using, I am putting our iPads in, and this is the one that I am the most excited about using it this way, because our iPads were always, I could never find them, or when I did find an organizational system for them, I actually put them in the colored kind of what we used as work boxes, which is actually, they're below. If you can see those boxes that are below the wall-mounted file folders, that's actually where I stored our iPads last year. Here's the thing, my 2-year-old can reach those drawers, and I needed the iPads to be somewhere where, number 1, they could be charged, and number 2, where my 2-year-old could not reach them. And so these wall-mounted file holders are perfect. They have little slots on the bottom so we can stick the cords up through there. And so the iPads have a place to go that's out of the way, that the 2-year-old can't get to, and where they can be charged overnight and ready for the new school day. I cannot tell you how much I love these things. They just keep my schoolroom neat and tidy and things where they need to be, and I am loving them. They are my top favorite for this school year, and I wish I had discovered them earlier on because they are really helping keep us organized and everything where it needs to be. The second thing that I am loving this school year is the mini My Student Logbook. So if you don't know what a My Student Logbook is, you're going to have to go check out my previous videos, which I will link down below. I also did blog posts on them, which I will link down below. We love my student logbooks. They save my sanity. They help my kids stay on task throughout the school day. And we have just been using them for years, and it's like we cannot homeschool without them. They're not a must-have for most people, but they're a must-have for me for this school year. But they just came out with a mini My Student Logbook. Oh my goodness, it is so cute and so perfect for my 8th grader. I think it's a great option for older kids who don't want the big gigantic My Student Logbook. Their older kids are able to check off and write tinier so they can have it more condensed and in a smaller version, and it just fits better in binders and notebooks and backpacks and all that stuff. And so my 8th grader is loving it, and I just think it is just so cute. I love that they made a mini My Student Logbook. So I will link to the mini My Student Logbook down below as well if you want to go check those out. But that is one of my favorites. All right, number 3, my third favorite thing, homeschool resource this school year, is our alphabet wall chart. I love this alphabet wall chart from Memoria Press. It is in print and cursive, which I have been looking for a nice big wall chart that has print and cursive, and that uses a cursive that's similar to what we use. So I teach my kids cursive using the Cursive First program. They don't have any type of wall chart for cursive. They just have maybe a small one. Not maybe, they have a little, 8.5 by 11 sheet, and I could have blown that up bigger, but that's just too much work for me. So when I saw this from Memoria Press, it matches up pretty closely to the way my kids have already learned print and cursive. I was super excited. I think it looks great on our wall. It kind of filled a bare spot that we had, and it has been so helpful for my little kids who are still learning how to write to be able to look up and see how you form, what a capital A in print looks like, and a capital A in cursive, and a lowercase a in print, and a lowercase cursive A. And they're all right there, so they can look, and I can show them, look, these are all the different ways that an A can look. These are all the different ways that the letter, D can look, or whatever. So I am loving this alphabet wall chart from Memoria Press. I will leave a link to it down below. I didn't get it for free. I paid for it, and am loving it. Not getting anything for recommending any of these things to you. These are just things that I love and I wanted to share with you. All right, number 4 is my whiteboard. I will try to find a similar whiteboard on Amazon and link it down below for you. I think I got this whiteboard maybe at Walmart or Target. I'm not sure. It was a couple years ago. But when I got it, I loved it, and I still love it, and it is one of my favorites this year again because, and here's what I love about this whiteboard. Number 1, it is magnetic. And I use the magnetic aspect a lot. I use it to hang up like our Spell to Write and Read rule cards, or different charts that the kids were using that school day or that school week. I can hang them up there. And so I love that it's magnetic because it kind of works as a bulletin board and a whiteboard. If my kids did some really neat artwork, I can hang it up there kind of on the side of the whiteboard and use the other space to do, school stuff that we need to do. So I love that it's magnetic. But the other thing that I love about it is it has these little gray dots on it so that I can write straight. Because I don't know about you, but when I go to write on a whiteboard or a chalkboard, I try to go straight, but it either ends up going like up or down. My writing, the sentence kind of slants down or slants up. And so this really helps me to keep everything straight, which is helpful for my kids because that gets a little hard for them to read if I'm writing a whole bunch of stuff out and it's like, slanting up or slanting down. So I love that it's magnetic. I love that it has those dotted lines for me to be able to write straight on. So we use this a lot. I use it for our spelling lessons. I use it to do math problems that the kids are struggling with. We'll do them on the whiteboard. We also do them on Lapboards as well. So that is kind of another favorite of mine is Lapboards, but the big whiteboard won out when I thought about what are my top 5 favorites. So we use the whiteboard a lot. If we're brainstorming ideas for a writing assignment, we put it up there on the whiteboard. So really, really love my whiteboard this year. And number 5 that I am loving this year, 5th homeschool resource that I am loving this year is, of all things, my globe. I'm loving my globe. This is kind of an interesting thing. I don't know. We don't use the globe as much as we use the map. We use the wall map more often. Yet, I'm more thankful for the globe, and here's why. We use the wall map more often, but my younger kids get confused by the wall map. Like they want to know why the Pacific Ocean is on the left side of the map and the right side of the map. Like, Mom, are there 2 Pacific Oceans? No, sweetie, they connect. They cannot even fathom what I'm talking about when they're looking at this big rectangular map on our wall. Or when I'm trying to explain to them that Antarctica is not a long, thin, skinny continent, that is actually more round. They can't picture that on the map, on a map on the wall. Or when we're talking about how Russia and Alaska are actually very, very close. They're like, no, Mom, they're on the opposite ends of the map. So the globe has been coming in so handy this year in helping me explain to my little ones and show to them what the Earth really looks like, that it is not flat and rectangular on a wall. It is round, and Antarctica is actually round, and Alaska and Russia actually almost touch, and here's the huge Pacific Ocean. And so I'm loving it because it's helping geography make sense to my younger kids, and I love that. And so while we use the map on the wall the most, I am most thankful for the globe this year because, again, it's helping my younger kids make sense of the world and understand geography a little bit better. So really loving the globe. So I would love to know, what are your favorite homeschool resources for this year? They don't have to be must-haves or essentials, just things that you are just loving. You walk into your homeschool area and you just go, I am so thankful I have this. And maybe it motivates you to do school. These are my 5 favorites for the year. Love for you to share your 5 favorites. Make sure to check out all the links to everything down below. And I will see you again really soon in another video. Bye-bye, homeschool moms.